Todd Olson, the Program Director for the Procurement Technical Assistance Center at Northwest Michigan Council of Governments. And what it means to have the General here today is support. Support for the companies around northern Michigan, and support to know that if they want to diversify into the government market, they can do that. And we're here to help them.
Absolutely fantastic to have General Lott in Traverse City talking to a number of manufacturing firms, talking about opportunities in the defense industry. The companies that are here are obviously looking for diversification opportunities to continue to grow their business in northern Michigan. So to have him here to talk about the many opportunities in the defense business, to hear how the government pays on time, to hear how they pay well, the margins are good.
The question was asked to me, what did you think about the General coming today? And, it really means a great deal to a lot of these companies. A lot of questions were asked about how can I fit in? I'm a little company, or I'm a big company, how can I fit in? Well, the General addressed those kinds of things. So he gave us an opportunity to see that everybody is going to have an opportunity to do something with government contracting, and it's a perfect way for northern Michigan companies to grow their businesses. It's an opportunity that they have not looked at before in many cases because the automobile business was taking care of them. And that's not the case anymore, and now we know that there is another life after automotive, and I think government contracting is a very viable opportunity for many of the companies up here. So we're looking forward to getting them all involved.
Now, this is not my speech to you, this is my plea to you. I'm asking you to come into service in the DoD sector. It just so happens that it coincides with an economic downturn, which in our case is going to be a good thing, because we're going to take this opportunity. The weather outside is not looking particularly good today, but that's not going to deter me from saying what I say every time I get a chance, and that is that the sun is shining on the defense industry in Michigan. We are booming along. Opportunities abound, and any company that wants to get in this can have that success in the DoD sector. We can work together and we can help Michigan reclaim this title of the arsenal of democracy very easily, and I'm anxious to do that. One of the things that you'll learn about more, you've already heard the name a couple of times, PTAC, PTAC, PTAC. That's the Procurement Technical Assistance Center, but PTAC. Those are the best friends you have in this room. Those are my front line of offense. There's nothing defensive about what we're going to do in this sector. The PTACs are the riflemen on the front. They're the ones that are going to introduce you to the business. They're the ones that are going to carry you through the initial stages, and they'll be there on your success days as well. They're not a one-day beginning startup. They're with you the whole time. I wanted an auditable figure that I was going to use as the baseline. So I chose the baseline that the PTACs were doing. Looked at that, looked at their capabilities and their capacities, looked at the kind of companies that I had just waiting to work, and said, even though the legislature said increase by 5% a year for 5 years, 25% increase is what the state legislature wanted for their investment. Marines being Marines, I said, let's just do 100% the first year. And we were on the attack. And I passed that challenge to those PTACs, and those PTACs came back at the end of FY08 with a 143% increase in federal spend in the state. 143%. I looked at him, I said, well, that was good. Let's just double again for 09. And right now we're on track to double again in 09. And we're going to double again going into 10. We're going to have a full $2 billion of spend just on the kinds of stuff that you do. And we're not going after anything free. We're not looking for stimulus money. We're not looking for any handouts. We're looking for work. I was asked a question here by the media in a very interesting interview. Given the times, given the circumstances, given the see-through factories and the high unemployment, how do I address that? Well, I'll tell you how I do it. When I go into D.C. or I go into the buying commands, I tell them about the capability and capacity of this state. And they retort with a yes, but you've got some problems. You've got a lot of high unemployment. You've got a lot of partially employed facilities. No, that's not the way I see it. What we've got is an enormously capable, qualified, ready, willing workforce that can start today. We've got plant capacity that exceeds what you're looking at in the rest of the nation that can be ready today. Michigan is ready to serve. And we're getting traction with that. They're now beginning to realize, where I'm in a queue waiting for 90 days or 180 days for some kind of manufacturing in other states and other locations, Michigan could turn that thing around as soon as I get the drawings to them. And I'm going to tell you some true stories about Michigan successes and hopes that you'll jump up and do the same kind of things.